We managed to get ourselves some bearing caps. Look at that. Well, that looks nice. So now we can put some assembly lube on this and on this one and get to going. Our old bearing caps, if you didn't see the last episode, look like that. It is possible those spun, but the bearing itself, or the crank journal, or whatever the heck you call that, looks fairly good. Not in there. So we're just going to go ahead and call it a day on that one, and we're just going to install this. Right there. We had to gap it. Turns out the piston rings I ordered were oversized, so I had to size them, which was not delightful. So I'll show you my little rig. These two little pins hold the thing parallel, and I use that to cut my piston rings. Not a great idea. I'm about to say could be worse, but man, really doesn't get much worse than that, but it should work. Back on. We welded in a different support down at the bottom. We basically just did solid mounts. Welded in, F it. We just need this thing up and running. We broke one of the transmission mounts. Someone at some point needs to remind me to do that. Please. So the motor was running. It was working fine. I was able to rev it up to a couple thousand RPM. Probably close to red line. Started it up, ran it for like 5-10 minutes. Very excited, was getting ready to show everything today just to double check. That was last night, started today, and as you can tell from my mood, got out here, was messing around with it, was acting funny, started it up, finally got it working back to how it was last night, and now it's got an awful grinding noise. This is like the second project car I've had where I've just been absolutely destroyed by it. And this is a lot worse than the first one, because this one, the rest of the car is perfectly fine. It's good. The motor was working. Everything was running the way it was supposed to. But it's infuriating. Everything I do to this car has been one step forward, 2 steps back. Finally got it on the road. Was able to drive it around for a little bit. And then it broke more. And then it broke even worse. And then it broke even worse after that. And I'm honestly at my wit's end about it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. This motor's trash. It's absolute garbage, and I'm throwing it away. I'm done with it. I love the rest of the car. The rest of the car is great. I'm just broken. I figured I would share if you're wondering what the updates have been. All right, until next time, I guess we'll see what I do. So you join me now in the Fiero after the very depressing day I had with it. Still quite not over that, but we have a plan. Hopefully next video will be the plan. So I'm just going to go over what works in the car at the moment and what doesn't. So we'll see. One of the things that wasn't working in the car was the locks. This lock is working now. That lock on the outside is not working. It had a jam in the, where's my hand? So there's a little cover that stops the lock from rusting. That jammed open. It effed up the trim over there. The lock itself works, but like the key can't get in quite far enough to do its business. This one works completely, so we just had to take it out. We also did a bit of working on the rails here. So we greased them up so they work a lot faster than they did. Other things that work. Well, so those work. You can see this is still glowing when it's not supposed to be. So we got to figure out where the short is in that. My assumption is it's somewhere up in the bulb up here, based on what I've been reading online. So, because when you turn it on, This is glowing. That shouldn't be glowing. It's probably bad ground. It's also possible it's somewhere in the trunk, or not in the trunk, in the taillight system. So we got to check on that. Them work here, although hopefully with the new setup we're getting, everything here will be working. Stuff that does work in here is obviously like the tail or the side indicators and all that. So that works. And now for some reason my headlights aren't going down. So that's fun. So cool. Those are now jammed up. There's worse things though. At least they come up. Rather have them not need them, kind of thing. This no longer leaks. We also put in the new trim here, so this is working. It's not quite put in 100% just because of depressed, but it's mostly watertight. It's a lot better than it was. Let's see what else is working. Stickers are working. They make me happy. Bypass this isolation relay, which is why that's not working. So if we just boop. There they go. We just need to get better ends. This is just kind of a hodgepodge solution, which is the solution that's supposed to work, isn't working. So we might just wire this up internally to be like these wires are set up now. But for right now, that works. I wired the isolation relay. I literally just pulled it apart and soldered the wires together. I'll show you. So that little thing there is just gutted, and it's just some jumpers between what needs to be jumped to get this working. Headlight switch on. Works. Headlight switch off. Works. Ignore all the crap that's in there. That's just getting put into this. So when we haul this to the new house, I don't really have to unpack as much. Or at least I know where all my stuff is. Ooh, that strains the battery a lot. Here we go.